suspect!
Coming to get you, Bobber.
Hi guys, my name's Barry and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about what's next for Allyson in the Halloween franchise. Now this is of course all hypothetical because Halloween Ends might still be the very end of this timeline and all the characters in that series. But let's assume there is going to be another Halloween movie in the future, and let's assume that Allyson is going to be the main character in that movie. How's that movie going to look? Now we're going to solely talk about Allyson, so let's not talk about other characters that may return from the series. We'll just focus on Allyson ourselves because Allyson is a very important character, and I'm not saying it's a shame that it's finished now, that she's out of it, because hypothetically, if she does come back, then I think there's more to tell to Allyson's story. So the last we saw of Allyson, she was driving out of Haddonfield, so that tells us straight away that if there is going to be another movie featuring Allyson, then it won't be set in Haddonfield. Now we already don't have Michael Myers, we already don't have the Myers house because that one was tore down, and now we don't have Haddonfield, so we're now creeping into that Halloween H2O territory where we're not getting the main focus of certain things. We're not getting the Myers house and we're not getting Haddonfield. Now some people don't like the fact that we don't see Haddonfield in certain movies. Some people don't like the fact that we don't have the Myers house in certain movies, and I don't mind it personally, but I know that some people do mind it. But I think those people might come around if you've got a good story and a good layout for the movie. Now yes, California for H2O might have not been the best idea for some people. For me it was fine, but for some others it just doesn't work. So having it in maybe another Midwestern town that has the look and feel of Haddonfield but not in Haddonfield, Allyson is doing the right thing. She's getting out of Haddonfield. That's why I personally think H2O works better than the 2018 David Gordon Green trilogy, because realistically Laurie Strode wouldn't be there anymore if she's that traumatised. She would not be anywhere near Haddonfield. So I think Allyson is doing the more realistic thing in getting away from Haddonfield. Now, we obviously need to get other characters built up around Allyson because she will be the main focus, hypothetically, if she is going to be in another Halloween movie. Who's going to be the bad guy? We'll talk about that in another video. But I don't want to get into the supernatural side of things, but we all know that Allyson slept with Corey in Halloween Ends because she'd be getting away and finding out that she's pregnant to Corey's child. So is the movie going to be set maybe a few years later, maybe when her child is 6 years old? We might have that build up of child problems and her child being a killer at 6 years old, and that could then lead on to other Halloween movies saying that Halloween evil never dies, the evil is passed on to her child. Again, that would be going down that sort of supernatural route, but you could still make it grounded because a lot of kids take after their parents, whether they meet them or not. They've just got it in them. They've got the genes to be like their mothers or their fathers or both. So you could do Allyson's child being the killer without introducing the corn, well it is corny, the Thorn cult into the fold, because if you do stuff like that it gets messy and then you end up with a movie like The Curse of Michael Myers. We don't want that. Well, I don't want that. I want it to be more grounded. So yes, you could make her child the killer, but that wouldn't happen for years to come if they're going to be an adult killer. Yes, maybe you could hint on it in the movie with her and her child, but you kind of need to hold back on certain things, or are we going to get the copycat route again, which I don't mind as long as the copycat is good, like Corey Cunningham. Get a character, build them up in the next Halloween movie with Allyson, whether she's pregnant or not, or whether she's got a child or not. Maybe she's there to protect her child, sort of like the way Laurie protected Tommy and Lindsay in Halloween. You could have something like that as well with a killer, sort of in the vein of Scream, a whodunit movie. And again, is that going to be a copycat of Scream? Who knows? But you have to copy something, you have to reminisce something. Why not Scream? So a whodunit Halloween movie with Allyson being the main character, I'm up for that. The only issue we have with Allyson being in any future Halloween movie is you're not pigeonholing yourself to the storyline, but you're pigeonholing yourself to the style of the movie. You don't want to drastically change the style of this Halloween movie featuring Allyson, because we know what these movies look like with Allyson in it. They're kind of dark. You don't want a humorous Halloween movie, but you don't want the tone to shift in each movie like you got with Halloween 4 and 5 and Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. That tone shift was too dramatic and too drastic. So you don't want something that just changes automatically where you've disconnected yourself to Allyson. And then when you get to the Allyson character, are we even going to like Allyson? I know some people don't like Allyson as a character. She was maybe too boring or wasn't in it enough. Me personally, I enjoyed Allyson in every movie. And she was slightly different in every film. I liked her best in Halloween Ends because she got time to shine more. We got more of a character development with Allyson in Halloween Ends as well, because she was getting over the death of her parents. She's trying to deal with the craziness of her grandmother, trying to figure out where Michael Myers is, and then with her boyfriend dying in Halloween Kills, and then Corey coming into the fold in Halloween Ends. There was just so much to peel back with Allyson, to the point where I want to know more about Allyson, because we got too focused on Michael, too focused on Corey, Laurie, Hawkins. Everyone apart from Allyson got that major screen time where you could get behind them. I just didn't get enough with Allyson. I got enough to like her as a character, and I got enough to want more for Allyson, and that's why I've made this video. Because if they do another Halloween movie that's based around this timeline without a Michael Myers, then I think Allyson is a no-brainer. She has to be the next Laurie Strode. She has to be the main character. So what are your thoughts on this, guys? Remember, it's all hypothetical. If Allyson comes back, or if there is a new Halloween movie in this timeline, would you like to see Allyson return? And what would you like to see from Allyson? How would you like to see her unfold, and how the story unfolds in this Allyson-centric Halloween movie? It doesn't have to be a trilogy. It could only be a one-off. If it's successful, then obviously there would be more in the future. But it has worked in the future. We've got new main characters like Jamie and Rachel, so why not Allyson? She's already built up as a major character, the granddaughter of Laurie Strode, so why not have her as the new main character? But leave your thoughts down below, guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.